There is a strange and spooky story in church history that I wanted to tell, and it hits a little differently knowing what we know now about Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell, Ruby Franke, Jody Hildebrandt, Tim Ballard, and Tom Harrison. Bear with me. After leaving Nauvoo and settling in winter quarters, a group of 10 women got together at the late Kimball's house and had a blessing meeting on June 12th of 1847. You know, because women used their priesthood back then. Anyhow, they were promised an angelic visitation. Except as soon as the meeting started, the devil commenced his operations on the 3 little ones that were there. This all according to Helen Moore Kimball. The 3 children commenced screaming and floundering, and going into the most frightful contortions, which obliged us to stop and administer to them, and rebuke the spirits in the name of Jesus. One of the babies quieted, but then another awakened and began screaming in the same way. After getting the baby to quiet down, one of the first babies was seized in turn. The women saw these 4 crying babies, as a struggle between evil and good powers, which continued throughout the day, and every time the evil spirits were rebuked by the power of the priesthood, which had been conferred upon us in the house of God, in connection with our husbands. Finally, and surprisingly, the women became satisfied that we would have to part with one of these little ones before we could obtain the coveted blessing. So just to be clear, they thought that they had to sacrifice one of the babies in order to see an angel. They broke their fast and called in Bishop Newell Whitney, who told them that God had been closer to them than they had imagined, and if they had given up one of these children, they would have received the promised blessing.